Now, you may think that there are 9 games on tonight's slate. 9. That is the total on DraftKings when you go on this NBA slate and you see 9. Apparently, Ghost wants one game. And that's what we're talking about here, WayneDailySports.com on the NBA DFS pre-lock live stream, all sponsored by the Sharp app. Go to sharp.app and find out all the ways you can download the Sharp app, whether that is the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, anywhere where you get your apps, sharp.app. Also, be sure to subscribe at WinDailySports.com. Use the projection model, use the optimizer to go to WinDailySports.com and check that all out. Ghost, look, you've been teasing this the entire time to me. You keep saying, I only wrote up one game. We're only talking about one game. We're going to talk about a little bit more, I guess. But one game. You keep pointing out this one game. What is it?
It's the very first game on Slate.
Wow.
Slate starts and ends at 7 o'clock.
Wow. Why? Why is this so appealing? I guess because there is a bunch of value on it, and obviously now the top plays even become appealing. So what do you like so much about this one?
Man,
that's a loaded question, I know.
I haven't seen basically as part of my model anyways.
Did
I haven't seen
the entire game just pop off in the model? Like the entire game?
I haven't seen a game environment total like this since Atlanta, Brooklyn.
Wow.
And the last time I said to invest in that game, it went for 280 something points.
Jeez.
And that was
Is this going to get close?
Mike
Both
was
teams
on the
at least
show.
In the 130s?
Mike was on the show, and I said 5 unit max on the over on the game, and he was like, bro, like we got off air, and he was like, bro, I really hope that hits. Like I really hope that hits. And it hit halfway through the third quarter. And the over under was
did it break the model? Did this game break the model?
The last time I saw a game environment expected total this high, it was Atlanta, Brooklyn. It was last season.
That is insane.
And that game went for 282. So, yeah, I'm all in on this game.
Look, the Hornets have been in a 130 game earlier this week. So I imagine it can happen here in this environment.
Yeah, I mean, both teams ranked top 8 in pace and bottom 5 in defensive rating. This game's going to be a track meet. And I don't know how else to describe it. It's literally going to be like, you know, when we all go to high school track and field, like whether you want to or not, like we pretty much all have to go to. And then you all get like those ribbons there, and they're like your mom puts it on the fridge and stuff like that. That's what this game is going to be. Like it's going to be the definition of a track meet. There's zero defense in this game.
Really, 6 total Hornets. Is that where you are too? Are you on the same wavelength there with Adam?
Yeah, I'm playing 3 of each side. I have 6 guys in this game.
Wow. 6 guys, really? Just from in this game total, or just from the
No, in this game total. I have 3 from each side.
Let's go with this then. Since we like this game so much, let's dissect it in a couple different ways. First off, is this chalky? Is this a chalky environment? Like, what is the chalk in this game? I imagine there's going to be some, and then we can get into the pivots, obviously. But what are the ones that everybody's going towards? Because it seems like this game is, because of obviously some of the top guys out, Ball, Rozier, that there's going to be some value here.
Yeah, I mean, not to put you on the spot, bro, but usually he feeds me that while I'm on air. So if you could drop that in the comment, just drop the names, who people are really rostering tonight.
Yeah, no, drop that in there.
Time,
that's certainly something.
Sorry to put you on the spot, bro, but last time I checked, it was a ton of Miles Bridges, Tristan Thompson, and Terence Davis.
Right.
That was mostly
and
it.
If there
because a lot of these guys are still priced up, right? So it's not like, are they priced up? I mean, not enough, but you know, Cody Martin was $3,900 like 3 to 5 business days ago. Now he's $2,000 more, right? So like you gotta they're priced up enough where people have to think twice about paying, because they see the name and they're like, why on earth would I pay $5,700 for Cody Martin?
Yeah.
When realistically he's going to play 44 minutes tonight.
So where are we going different then? Are you going away from those plays? Like, are you being different? How are you attacking this in a way that it is a really high total? It's a game environment that people want to get in the first place, and now there's value plays here, and so everybody's going to be attacking that. So I guess how are you being different within this game? Or is there
originally it was Harrison Barnes, but then Adam just said that Harrison Barnes has skyrocketed up. So that was the guy that I wrote up. That was the guy that I wrote up, and he was roughly 5% rostered at the time. So I guess that's no longer. But regardless, I'm still playing Harrison Barnes, 5,400 for like you're not going to get sexy plays from this game. You're really not. I'm sorry to break it to you. You're not going to get flashy guys, anything like that. But all these guys are going to play 40 minutes, and that's exactly what we need tonight. So
yeah.
And I'm telling you, this game environment absolutely destroyed my model. So I am playing Harrison
Here we go.
Barnes.
Bridges, Hayward, Davis, Martin.
Yeah,
Barnes,
Hayward's going to be a
6
hard
of the
no
top
for
7.
me. Hayward's going to be a hard no for me, just because the guy absolutely blows. But I'm playing Martin, I'm playing Bridges, and then my third Charlotte player is to be determined. And then on the Sacramento side, I'm playing Barnes, and then the other two are to be determined. I'm kind of I'll talk about all of them because realistically I'm all in on this game.
I was trying to find Barnes in the lineup. Jeez. Happy Fajita Friday, everybody. I'm looking for Barnes, and I already put him in there.
I would.
So these are the 3 you're starting out with? Like this is.
Yeah, these are. Yeah, that's the combination that I'm starting with, and then I'm gonna use one more Charlotte guy, and then 2 more Sacramento guys. I originally was gonna go 2-2, but this game just blew up my models, so I'm shipping it on this one. I'm completely shipping it on this one. I'm gonna know where I stand.
Who are the Sacramento guys? Like, if they, you don't have to say which ones in particular you're playing, but what's the pool of the Sacramento players?
I'll go price up, price down, so it's not listed in order of preference for anybody that gets any ideas. Like, I'm very transparent. Everyone knows that. So, truth be told, I am undecided on those last 2 guys, right? So, I'll just go top of the pricing grid all the way down. I wrote up De'Aaron Fox. I'm sticking to my guns there. I still love De'Aaron Fox in this game. And with Chris Paul only $400 more than him, I know that Chris Paul was really low rostered when I last checked. Adam, if you could confirm that, man, I'm really putting you on the spot. I'm sorry, bro beans. I'm so sorry, but I'm so sorry. But if you can check if Chris Paul is still low rostered, like that to me alone was a bit of a shock. And I'll talk about, I think there's like 4 guys that I'm considering in other games, but basically, if you're not going Chris Paul, I absolutely love De'Aaron Fox in this one. And then that's where you can go 2 Sacramento guys, because you want to be greedy and you want the entire offense funneling through De'Aaron Fox. And as much as the value plays can still get there, you don't even want that. You just want all De'Aaron Fox, right? So I'm okay playing Fox with Barnes because there's no way I'm taking Harrison Barnes out of my lineup. I even wrote him up. If you need the explanation, windowsports.com. My article is up there.
There you go.
But I do absolutely love De'Aaron Fox. You want to talk about track meets? De'Aaron Fox is a track meet. This guy plays at the fastest place. It's just a ridiculous rate that he plays at, the highest individual pace that the league has seen in a very long time, since prime Russell Westbrook, essentially. Because if you dive into ridiculously advanced stats, there is such thing as individual pace ranking and what that player contributes to the team pace and everything like that. And De'Aaron Fox has one of, if not the highest pace rankings the league has seen in the last decade, and that includes
when you have
prime
that
Russell
speed,
Westbrook.
you're going to use it.
Yeah. Absolutely, that's his bread and butter, right? So being able to get to the rim with ease with guys like Vernon Carey, being able to guard the rim. Like, I can't even say his name and say guard the rim in the same sentence without laughing, because that's just not a thing, right? So like, nobody's guarding the rim against De'Aaron Fox. That's a recipe for disaster. So I'll just leave it at that. I absolutely love De'Aaron Fox tonight. And then after that, outside of Harrison Barnes, because I'm already locking him in, again, if you need the explanation, it is in the article for today, because I did write him up. You can play Tyrese Halliburton. I am not, because again, I just favor Fox without, I'm not trying to tip my hat or anything like that. I might not even play Fox depending on where it goes. But again, I favor Fox so much in this individual matchup that I'm not playing Halliburton. But if you want to, everybody knows my feelings towards Tyrese Halliburton. I said that he would be a top 3 player in that draft. He was a finalist for Rookie of the Year. When he slid to 12, we were live on air, and I said that is the biggest joke of the draft when he slid to 12. Everyone knows how much I love Tyrese Halliburton. If you play him, I'm never going to say no. Buddy Hield seems to be in the doghouse. He just needs to get out of Sacramento because he went from one bad coach to another in Luke Walton to Alvin Gentry. And now Buddy Hield is losing minutes to Terence Davis. So I can't pay $5,300 for Buddy Hield until he gets consistent minutes. That's just the way that it is. And because of that, I am playing the guy that seems to be getting more minutes over him, and that's Terence Davis. So I do like Terence Davis in this spot as well. Do I like him in terms of what he brings to the roster? Absolutely not, because what he does is that he's a scorer, meaning that he scores in a multitude of ways, and the last being his jump shot, right? So he likes to get to the rim. He likes to find the soft pockets in his own defense, and that's what he does well. But that's what Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox do. So if it was up to me, he wouldn't be playing. Alvin Gentry absolutely loves this guy, keeps playing him 30 minutes a night. We're not behind the NBA bench. We're here to play some DFS. Because of that, I do like Terence Davis. And the front court is kind of the word that I would use is not PG friendly there, so I can't use that word, but it is a cluster.
Come on. We're for the kids.
Always for the kids. So it's a family-friendly show. It's a cluster something, whatever. Replace that second part of that word.
Dog.
Anyways, yeah, there we go. That works. I like that. So whether Marvin Bagley, Tristan Thompson, or whomever else starts here, you might even see some Alex Len tonight. Just refer to the model when it comes to that, because you can. I update it every night. Everyone sees that. I'm always updating it up until last game, until tip. And tonight you're going to see the most amount of updates coming right before 6:59, because this is the game that we're all invested in, right? So, just refer to the model when it comes to that trio of Tristan Thompson, Alex Len, and Marvin Bagley. And I do like Davion Mitchell as well at 3,400. If he is your last guy in, I will not say no to that. Everybody knows how I feel about Davion Mitchell as well. But he is likely.
So a lot of guards for Sacramento, though. So how would you play it? Obviously different. Right? Obviously different. Yeah, than Halliburton and Fox, but.
Right. So I will be taking a shot with Barnes. Barnes is a lock for me. I will be taking a shot on one of these front court players, whether it be Alex Len.
Right, because you're obviously not playing all of them in one.
Exactly.
Lineup. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm only playing one. So Marvin Bagley, Alex Len, or Tristan Thompson. I will be playing one of those three. Barnes is a lock, and I will be playing one of De'Aaron Fox, Terence Davis, Tyrese Halliburton, and Davion Mitchell. Those are the three groups that I'm putting them in.
Man, I would love Bagley in there. Right?
He just has a ridiculous upside, right? Like
it's just they don't want to play him for some reason. It's ridiculous.
Right? Like it's even I feel like we've spoken about this on your show too, where it's like I'm still a Marvin Bagley truther. Like I understand why everyone rips him.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
This guy was one of the most coveted prospects coming out of college that we've seen in a very long time, and rightfully so. He's such a talented big. He was so buried by Luke Walton that's just the nature of the beast, man. That's what professional sports is. You end up getting not even just it's not an individual coach, right? Everyone's gonna say, well, they're professional athletes, yeah, but think about it with your when you're the one that's having that conversation. Think of yourself at work. Not even if you're at the wrong job. If you're in the wrong position at work, are you maximizing your potential? Probably not.
Yeah.
Right. So casting is everything. And it's not just casting, meaning like, hey, I want Matt LeBlanc playing Joey Tribbiani. Like, no, that casting applies to everything. Right. So it's the same kind of thing that Marvin Bagley was just in a bad situation there with Luke Walton and the way that Sacramento ran that franchise. Right. So now that he's, under Alvin Gentry's wing, and if he ends up getting the minutes, that's all you need to give the guy is minutes and allow him to continue to grow. He's still ridiculously young, and he has so much raw potential.
And he can keep up with the pace of this game.
He can, and he's a very versatile big, right? Yep. So when we're talking about a game where someone like Tristan Thompson, someone like Alex Len doesn't really fit that type of rotation, Alvin Gentry is not far enough. It makes sense to see Marvin Bagley at the 5 a ton tonight, right? So it's someone that I'm keeping an eye on a lot, especially if he's getting 20 to 25 minutes. He could do serious damage at 3,700 on DK.
Yeah, no, I like Marvin Bagley a lot. Again, you're tuning in to the NBA DFS pre-lock live stream here with myself, Jon Jansen, and joining me and the star of the show, Ghost at DFS_Ghost. Favorite 4K utility spot? Usually that's a model question, right? That's what we refer to.
Yeah, I gotta check the model. I believe right now the highest rated player at 4K and under is Terence Davis. I believe. You'd have to check. I believe it's
So
Terence
a lot of Sacramento and Charlotte is what you're telling me.
Yeah, you'll see, guys, that it's a common theme, right? Everyone noticed it in my article. If you didn't, then I'm just here to tell you point blank that I wrote up a ridiculous amount of Charlotte and Sacramento guys. And then at the same time, you'll see in the model that a lot of them are projecting really well.
Obviously, the one thing that is not there in that game, because the only one that is a top price player is out in LaMelo Ball, meaning that we need to look for individual studs here. So what are the studs you're looking at to pair? Is that what we're doing? Like you're basically, your foundation in the lineup is Sacramento, Charlotte, and then you're going out to get your studs and maybe another individual like mid-range play somewhere else.
Right. That's exactly what I'm doing, right? So I'll mention, I think it's 5. We'll figure out the exact number once I go through that list, but I'm pretty sure it's 5. So beginning at the top, I want to find a way to play Trae Young tonight so badly. Like really badly. I want to find a way to play Trae Young tonight. Atlanta's seriously banged up. This is a prime matchup against Brooklyn. And he's going to play 38 minutes. And 38 minutes of Trae Young, he could lead a slate in scoring when he's playing 38 minutes. I'll leave it at that.
I mean, this is a game where you can put up like 30, 40 points.
Trae Young is right. My love for Trae Young is very, very strong tonight on this slate. I'll say that. And then the other guy that I'll mention is, if you can't get up to Trae Young, Cade Cunningham at 7,500. I absolutely love Cade tonight. Primary ball handlers versus New Orleans. We do it every time. He's jacking up 20 shots a game. Is he effective? No. Is the volume there? Absolutely. And that's what we need. And when you're playing New Orleans, your effectiveness tends to go up just a little bit. So
just a bit.
Taking 20 shots a game at 7,500. He has, call me crazy, he has 50 plus point upside in this matchup. So I do like him. That is so gross. That is so Alvin Gentry. Oh my God, this guy blows. Whatever.
Does that mean it's a good thing though, right? In a way, like, are people going to chase that check? That
sucks.
No, I know that.
Yeah, they'll
people are
definitely chase that green check mark. Yeah. They'll chase that green check mark, right? Because now Medu didn't play last game, and that for me was like, whoa, where is that coming from? Because he was playing 25 minutes a night. He was actually starting when Harrison Barnes was starting for a while, because Harrison Barnes was out for a good, and they just fell in rotation. They just completely. That included when Rashawn Holmes went out 9 minutes into the game. He scored. So this is so Alvin Gentry, and people are going to be nervous about that front court now. They are going to chase that green check mark. So I'll see what kind of magic I could work, and we'll figure out.
Oh, you can work the magic, baby. You know how to work the magic.
The trio is Alex Bagley and Tristan Thompson. Like I was saying, now that starting, I likely won't be playing him.
I got to sneeze, but here's the lineup.
Bless you. Trey, Payne, Reddish. Obviously, we're playing Kevin Love. Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson's the worst Canadian in the league, and that says a lot because Andrew Wiggins is still in the league. So,
hey,
James Harden.
Andrew Wiggins that bad? Yeah.
He's so bad. He's so cheap.
That bad?
James Harden, Jason Tatum, and Kerry. Like, if Sacramento Charlotte wasn't on the slate, I would say I love this lineup. But you don't have enough Sacramento and Charlotte.
I feel like that's going to be every single one. It's like, not enough. Not enough.
That's what it is. It's not enough. It's not enough, right? Like you have one piece from each. It's not enough for me. It's not.
That's
like at the bare minimum.
But no, it's good. Like that's a good exercise though of getting that lineup. Like that's the exercise tonight is finding that. And we'll go to this lineup because I think it's a little bit more in line with what you've been doing, Mr. Kardashian. Jesus. Mr. Kardashian. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're going to oblige? You're going to go for it?
I was gonna suggest a pivot, but then no, ride that.
Nice.
I
I
like
like it. All right, there you go. But again, good exercise of that's plenty of Charlotte and Sacramento in there, right?
Yeah, it is. That's ride that one out.
All right, any 2K play that we can get? No, I'm just kidding.
I gotta call the DK rep to see what he can do. But the other guy that I will talk about, actually, all three of them are in the same game. That's why I saved them for last.
Oh, okay, nice. We'll get this in real quick.
Charlotte, Davion, Davis, Martin, baby. Why you gotta play Gordon Hayward, man? He's so cheeks. Brooks, Tatum. You love James Harden tonight, eh? Model
you
loves
don't?
James Harden. No, Model loves James Harden.
Yeah.
Model loves James Harden.
You're just opting for Trae Young instead.
Yeah, Model loves Trae Young too. So it actually loves the back and forth in that game.
All right, so let's get to the other game you want to talk about and those individual plays.
We started with the first game. We're going to go to the very last game.
Let's do it.
Nothing in between. So we're going to go to the Phoenix and Boston game.
Boom.
So
whoa.
Yeah. Devin Booker's out for the Suns. Jaylen Brown's out for Boston.
Nice.
And now DeAndre Ayton popped up questionable with nothing other than an illness, because that's what's going around now. Is this mysterious illness that everybody keeps falling down with. DeAndre Ayton has it, as is Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder is also questionable, but not with an illness. He has a bum ankle. So, and I really wanted to play Jason Tatum tonight. I just can't get there at all.
Chris Paul? I know you were talking about him in
that's
the ownership projections are in
I
your
have
favor.
so much Chris Paul tonight. I have so much Chris Paul tonight. It's not even funny. I have so much Chris Paul. He's going to be able to do whatever he wants on the court tonight. He's literally going to be playing 2K tonight. From 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern, he's going to be playing 2K. Like he will be able to do whatever he wants with this Boston defense. And that's very dangerous. Chris Paul can drop 55 plus tonight.
Really? Ooh,
so
damn.
Cade and Chris Paul are kind of like the upper mid-range. And then if I can go up, it's one of Trae Young or James Harden. Model loves both. Take your pick. Those are the four guys that I'm riding. I actually replaced Jason Tatum in my my 5 non-Charlotte Sacramento list. It was only 5 players long. Was Trae Young actually took Jason Tatum's spot in there. So Trae Young, Chris Paul, Cade Cunningham, guys that we've been talking about. And then I'm just loading up on Sacramento, Charlotte.
Nice.
I'm not playing Marcus Smart ever. if this was a March Madness tournament, absolutely. In the NBA, no.
So
Oklahoma State Marcus Smart was goated. Boston Celtic Marcus Smart is not goated.
All right. So what else do we got? We got a few more here, right? Or no?
That's exactly what I'm playing, man. Exactly what we've just been talking about. That's literally all I'm playing. I will give a special mention to, like, I'll throw some flyers out there, I guess.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah, throw them out there. Yeah, throw them out there.
Chris Duarte against Dallas. Model loves him. The Atlanta-Brooklyn game. If Sacramento Charlotte was not on the slate, I would be playing John Collins tonight, but Sacramento Charlotte is on the slate, so sucks to suck.
You're not playing John Collins tonight?
Not playing John Collins. But if you want to get cute and hope that John Collins outscores someone like Miles Bridges or Kelly Oubre, may the 4th be with you if that happens. But at the same time, it realistically can. So if you want to get extremely cute in large field tournaments, I'm okay with that. Just I am not doing that and would not recommend doing that. In Atlanta, Brooklyn, I'm playing Trae and Harden. Obviously not together. I can't fit both. So I have a couple lineups of each individually. And then in the New York-Toronto game, if Precious is out, that changes things a little bit. I don't mind if a Toronto Raptor is your last man in. whether it be Chris Boucher or Gary Trent Jr. Pascal Siakam's a good play on Fanduel because they just don't know how to price anybody, and you could play like every single player that I just named in the last 25 minutes. You can fit them all on Fanduel and still have like 10K left over because that's just the way Fanduel is. So I do like Siakam on Fanduel. On DK, I can't get there. I like Gary Trent Jr. on DK. He's a guy that I can squeeze in, and mainly why I'm not playing Halliburton is because my last piece in was Gary Trent Jr. because I needed a forward spot.
Nice.
If Precious is out, you can go to Chris Boucher. I will not be, but you can at only 4K. I definitely don't mind that. And I wouldn't be a good friend to Rowe if I didn't mention RJ Barrett tonight because RJ Barrett's playing in front of his friends and family. Mississauga native, right on the outskirts of Toronto. So
of course,
RJ Barrett's coming home.
Of course, you had to mention that.
RJ Barrett's coming home. So what's an NBA slate, especially what's a Fajita Friday without a little narrative? Fun, because that's exactly why we do this, is to make a ton of money, but also have fun while doing it. And RJ Barrett fits the bill.
This lineup, obviously Boucher, you just mentioned.
Roll that.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, don't change that.
Nice. The Maple Mamba. Jeez.
The Maple Mamba. I like that. RJ Barrett's the best Canadian in the league right now. So
who's the best Canadian of all time?
Steve Nash.
There you go. That was a question I knew the answer to.
Yeah, Steve Nash.
All right, so that's a look at it.
Nash.
So I'll put it up real quick again one more time because it's most of the plays from Charlotte and Sacramento that Ghost is going with.
Yeah.
But here's what it's looking like, and this is what you recommend, right? At least 5, 6.
I would say you need to get like the bare minimum that I'm willing to give a thumbs up for a lineup. When you guys tag me in Discord, it's got to be 2 of each.
Okay, nice.
And if one of the 2 Charlotte guys is Gordon Hayward over Miles Bridges, it's an immediate thumbs down. There are exceptions to that 2 and 2 rule, and it better be some good Charlotte players, because if you hit me with Gordon Hayward as one of your 2 Charlotte players, we're gonna have a problem. So it better be Miles Bridges.
That's against, I think, our Discord rules, so you can't.
Yeah,
play
it's literally against our TOS. I'm gonna add that as rule number 11. Is if you send me a lineup with Kristaps Porzingis or Gordon Hayward, you're on a 24-hour freeze. You're on a 24-hour freeze, where you can still see everything, but you can't tag me in anything.
Fantastic.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, there we go. All right, Ghost.
Absolutely. And it is party at the Goat House tonight.
We'll wrap things up there. Happy Fajita Friday, Ghost. That was a good
Friday.
show.
Honestly, it should be a weekly holiday every single week.
Every single week. I'm fine with
every
that.
week.
We should have a weekly holiday.
4-day work, and not like 4-day work week, because people are talking about like all the other benefits, like the ones that make sense. No, I'm saying like it should be a 4-day work week, because Fajita Friday is a weekly holiday. Like, you know how much prep it takes.
I'll cheers to that, man.
There we go.
I'll cheers.
When we start marinating, man, it's a process. It should be a weekly holiday. Anyways, if ever I was allowed to make changes like that, Fajita Friday would be a weekly.
Look,
holiday.
you have my vote. I don't have a Canadian vote, so I don't have a say in the matter. But
Fajita Friday should be a weekly.
That should be
holiday,
international, right? We'll take it to the.
Please don't ever play Herbert Jones on any day ending in Y.
You still hate him?
If you play Herbert Jones on any day of the week that ends in Y,
they already knew the answer.
I'm gonna be disappointed.
Still hate him.
Yeah, that's it. Because they know.
The
boys know. The boys know. They know who. See, Luke Walton at his doghouse. Alvin Gentry has his doghouse. Nick Nurse has a doghouse. Tom Thibodeau has a doghouse. I have my own doghouse in DFS.
Doc Rivers does not. And Doc Rivers will play anybody.
Doc Rivers blows. He blows.
All right.
They should package him with Ben Simmons.
That'd be nice. Ben's about to get moved.
They should package them together.
I'm excited. Ben might be getting moved.
If Damian Lillard, I'll end the show with this. If Damian Lillard doesn't like playing for Chauncey Billups, they should package Doc Rivers and get him out. Just leave.
I'm fine with that. That's fair.
Man still thinks he's coaching Kevin Garnett.
Oh, it's not just Kevin Garnett. Man thinks he's coaching Garnett, the original, superstar team.
The man won a title because he has 4 Hall of Famers on a roster. It's literally why he won it. I could have been coaching that team blindfolded and they would have won the title. I don't even want to say we would have won the title. It's not, there's no we. He didn't do anything.
Right. Those four won a title.
Second best shooter of all time, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and prime Rajon Rondo was a problem. Okay? Yeah. Anybody that hasn't seen prime Rajon Rondo tape, make sure you go and watch that. Prime Rajon Rondo was a problem.
You know, I like this on Fajita Friday. Let's get a little bit more cash on a Fajita Friday. How about that? Do we like a nice casual Fajita Friday where we just start arguing about, Doc Rivers and Ben Simmons trades and Portland and all this stuff?
Just saying.
Hands down the most overrated coach.
If they listened to your show on iHeartRadio Monday through Friday, they would have heard me say in the summer, trade Ben Simmons while his value was still somewhat decent. I said, trade Ben Simmons for DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray...
There were a lot of people that said
is an all NBA player this season. Don't at me. Do
you know there were a lot of
say that he is not all NBA? Don't tell me he's not an all-star.
Do you know a lot of people in Philly said no to that? Like said, oh no, that's not Murray's not good enough. Yeah, like that's not big. That's not enough in return. But like nobody could anticipate or because like with Murray, it was just kind of projecting what he was going to do.
If you propose that trade, the Spurs would laugh at you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But Ben wants to play with Pop now. Did you hear that?
And Pop wanted to coach him.
Yeah,
I would.
I heard somebody say. I heard somebody say that
said 1 for 1. No picks, no salary, no. I don't even care.
So I heard somebody say that
look
Pop,
how good Philadelphia would have been with DeJounte Murray.
I saw somebody say that Pop would make like Ben cry. Like Pop would just like eat Ben alive. Like I actually think Pop would work really well with Ben. Like Pop would like a player that's smart like Ben.
Ben Simmons is a talented individual. Yeah. Doc Rivers sucks. Doc Rivers sucks.
Yeah, but like Pop would make it, or Pop would actually like and accentuate the attributes that Ben Simmons has. Like he would love that Ben's a good passer and plays great defense. Like
imagine if Damian Lillard plays a bit more off ball. Do you know how big of a problem Portland's offense is every single night? It is so hard to guard them all. Now, what are you going to do when Damian Lillard starts running around the court like Steph Curry? What are you going to do? How are you going to guard that? How are you going to guard that? And Ben Simmons is a top 5 passer in this league.
It's going to be interesting because now, do you think Sabonis gets traded, or it seems like more Miles Turner now?
That would make me very sad.
Would it really? Or do you think it'd be good? Sad. Like he would land in a good spot?
There's only one. There's actually a couple spots because Adam actually tagged me in that when that first came out.
I knew you. Adam posted in the chat and tagged me in it. Yeah, it was just looking like, where would he go? Where would he go?
He's like, okay, name me some spots where he would go, and my top spot was Memphis.
Ooh, oh man, him and Ja together.
That would be lethal.
That'd be nice.
That would be lethal.
I would like that.
I would love him in Toronto, and not because obviously like I'm saying like seriously now like I would love him in Toronto. We have a serious front court problem. And the other spot that I did name him to was Portland
with Damian Lillard.
Yes.
Okay, paired together.
They're. And Brian, don't get mad at me in the chat. I'm talking serious ball now. Like their defense is an issue. It's a serious issue for them, and they need a big that they need a rim protecting big. And while Miles Turner would technically fit that role better, Sabonis has way more upside on the offensive end, and he fits that offense better because Portland still loves to push the pace, and rightfully so. You have a backcourt of CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard and Norman Powell flying up and down the wing. Like I'd be pushing the pace too if I had those guys. So
I love it. That would be good.
Portland was my third spot just because I don't think they have the tools to be able to make a trade like that. And then my number one destination for him was Memphis. I'm not a Jaren Jackson Jr. guy. I know a lot of people love him, and for his upside, he's a terrible defender. And while Steven Adams is a good rim protector, he like for me when I look at these teams, it's always put them in a 7-game series where you have 6 guys playing 30 plus minutes because that's what the NBA playoffs are. Except if you're Doc Rivers and you want to, if you're Doc Rivers and you want to lose playoff series and you're playing 12-man rotations in Game 7 at home.
Unbelievable.
That's no problem. If you want to be Doc Rivers and play a 12-man rotation in Game 7 on your own court and then say, well, it's because Ben Simmons didn't make a layup in the middle of the second quarter, even though we lost by 22 the night before. Well, it's because Ben Simmons didn't hit a layup in game 7, right? It had nothing to do with the fact that I played a 12-man rotation on my own court in game 7. It's because Ben Simmons didn't hit a layup like 4 days ago in the middle of the second quarter in a game that we lost by 22, even though we were up by 10 and we ended up losing by 20 plus. Like it's because he didn't hit that wide open layup. That's why we didn't win the series, right? So if you're Doc Rivers, sure, but every other team that actually knows what they're doing and knows how to win a championship, it's 6 to 7 man rotations. That's exactly what you're doing.
Absolutely. And it's trying to strengthen the 6 to the 1 through 6, and
right. That's really what it is. You need if you have 2 guys coming off the bench that can really contribute, you are in a really good spot. And look at what Phoenix is doing. Look at what Utah is doing. You look at Utah's bench; they have a starting unit coming off their bench. All right, so that's where a team like Utah can even piece a few of those guys together and end up making a trade. But again, it's the way that Utah runs. They need all those guys coming off the bench because Mike Conley's getting older and stuff. But like Memphis should be that team where they're looking to run Ja a full 40 plus. If Dylan Brooks is out of foul trouble, he can run all 48. He is that good. Desmond Bane coming off the bench and DeAnthony Melton are your 2 guys coming off the bench. They need a 3-and-D like stretch wing. They're not going to trade for this guy because I refuse to see him in a jersey outside of Toronto, but they need an OG Anunoby style guy.
Right.
That can literally 3-and-D. He needs to hit a 3 and he needs to play good defense alongside Dylan Brooks. Like they need a second perimeter defender, not of Dylan Brooks' stature, but because those are a dime a dozen. You can't find those everywhere, right? So like,
it's really hard. I mean, like Mikal Bridges comes to mind of another like really good one.
Absolutely, you look at Phoenix. That's exactly what I was.
But that's why they're so well rounded. I would say
exactly, and that was the exact comparison that I was about to make. Was that you look at Phoenix right now? They have Chris Paul. Memphis has Ja Morant. Okay, they have. They don't really have that secondary scorer, and that's where Sabonis would come in, albeit it's a different position. Phoenix has Devin Booker, and I'm not comparing Sabonis to Devin Booker. Devin Booker's a way better scorer, but Sabonis brings more to the floor and more of what Memphis needs, right? And then Dylan Brooks is the best perimeter defender on those 2 teams, including Mikal Bridges, but they also have Jay Crowder. And now you have a veteran 3-and-D wing that can play a stretch 4 role in the playoffs, that can log some serious minutes, get in LeBron's head, and just talk the talk. And what does he do after? He goes and bangs home a 3. The guy takes 2 shots all game. He goes 2 for 2 from deep, and he D's up the best player all night long. It's exactly what you need. You don't need anything more. You got Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton on the team. Yeah. You don't want this guy taking shots.
Right. They just fill a role that's very much needed.
That's exactly what Memphis needs. They need that secondary perimeter defender where not necessarily as elite as Dylan Brooks, but he needs some help. Yeah. And then you would have Sabonis in that front court would be huge for them.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
And then if you're playing a team like a Warriors, like I don't even want to say Lakers because I personally don't think they make it out of the play-in round. There you go, Jimmy.
Jimmy said not even making the playoffs.
Me and Jeremy have been talking about that. I have the Lakers finishing 9th right now and losing in the play-in round, but that was my prediction preseason at least. If they're playing Golden State, they're basically playing anybody but Denver or Utah, where you have to deal with Rudy Gobert and Nikola Jokic. If they're playing a team with a small ball center, Xavier Tillman can do that job. He is so good. Xavier Tillman is great off the bench. So you run Steven Adams a clean 25 to 28 minutes, and then you play Xavier Tillman like a good 10 to 15 off the bench. And you have Kyle Anderson coming off the bench too. Like they have Bane, Melton, Brooks. Like that's where they need that. They need that forward that is not Jaren Jackson Jr. because he fouls anybody that breathes within the same building as him. And that in the playoffs is a serious problem. Like you can't get away with that. You really cannot get away with that. So in a regular season game in November, December, okay, he gets into foul trouble. They'll figure it out. Ja ends up dropping a 40-point double-double. Okay, but when you're in the playoffs and you don't have guys like LeBron and AD coming off the court, you're getting like when Jaren Jackson Jr. yesterday played 3 minutes in the first 20 because he had 2 fouls in 3 minutes. What are you going to do from minute 4 to minute 16 to 17 when you have to deal with LeBron, AD, Russ? Curry, Clay, Draymond, Jordan Poole, list goes on and on for the Warriors.
Yeah.
Mitchell, Conley, Bogdanovich, Gobert, list goes on and on for Utah. Chris Paul, Booker. What are you going to do when you have to deal with those guys for 15 straight minutes without Jaren Jackson Jr. on the court?
It's tough.
Like that's a lot on Steven Adams, and he's not that kind of guy. So,
all right.
That's where they just need that forward. And I would, if Sabonis does end up getting traded, I really hope it's to Memphis.
You know what? I love this casual Fajita Friday talk here. We'll do this more often here at Win Daily Sports. But let's go off now. And any questions you may have, go to the Discord chat, windailysports.com. Go to the Academy tab and hit that experts chat link. And then also, this is all sponsored by the Sharp app, sharp.app. Find all the ways you can download the Sharp app. Ghost, enjoy your Fajita Friday. Hopefully a glass of wine for you as well. Cheers. That is it for us. Be sure to tune in this weekend, Sunday, 11 a.m., before the NFL DFS slate starts right here at WinDailySports.com.